Well, many of us thought they'd go head-to-head at Wembley. Well, the fates have conspired to bring our top two non-league clubs together in the semi-finals of the Blue Square Premier League playoffs after a day of high drama on Saturday. We'll be talking to Steve and Lee about that in a moment after a look back at the weekend's action and reaction.
This was the moment that guaranteed a West Country side would be playing at Wembley next month. Dean Moxey's goal deep into stoppage time at Burton earned an unlikely 4-4 draw that secured fourth place for Exeter City and set up a semi-final clash with their big Devon rivals.
I think both clubs would have actually preferred to miss each other, and then hopefully, if we were both to do our job, meet at Wembley down the line there. In football, you have to take what you get. To win through anything, you have to beat the best teams, and without a doubt, Torquay are one of the best teams in our league.
Torquay needed just a point from their final home game against Crawley to finish second, but things didn't go according to plan. The visitors won 2-1, and that result, combined with Cambridge United's 2-0 win at Northwich, cost the Gulls runner-up spot on goal difference, and only one goal at that after Tim Sills struck with a late header. With Exeter trailing 4-3 at that stage, it looked like a Torquay-Burton semi, but destiny prevailed.
It was always going to happen. I think the people of Devon wanted it, and the supporters, and it's great. There'd be two massive games, and one that I think that we'll rise to. I think, the players all season have given everything, and they'll know how big the game is, or both games are, should I say. And it's important that we look forward to it. It's important that we don't freeze and think that it's massive. Go and play your football and give it everything you got.
Torquay fans are already looking forward to their first trip to the new Wembley in the FA Trophy final on Saturday week, and they're confident of a speedy return at the expense of the arch-enemy.
Over the two legs, I think we're going to be all right.
I think they'll do it. I think had a bit of a lean spell lately, but they'll come good on when it matters.
I don't think it'll be very pretty. There won't be much football played, but that'll probably suit us.
Exeter, of course, were beaten Wembley finalists last year, and their supporters are determined to see their side get back there for the chance to go one better this time around.
I honestly think that Exeter will win. I think they'll get promotion.
I'd have preferred it at Wembley because we could have all gone then, but it's not to be, so we're going to beat them anyway.
I don't think Torquay are playing well enough to beat us over two legs.
The Exeter players have given their fans plenty of reason to feel so upbeat. The draw at Burton, where the goals flew in thick and fast, means they go into tomorrow night's game on an impressive run of form. They finished the regular season unbeaten in their final 5 games, and they've lost only once in the last 9. Moxey twice, Adam Stansfield and George Friend were on the scoresheet at the Pirelli Stadium, where Burton will entertain Cambridge on Friday night, with a return at the Abbey Stadium next Tuesday. The bookies make Torquay slight favourites to go up ahead of Cambridge, then Exeter, with Burton the least fancied. But with only 5 points separating all 4 in the final table, you surely wouldn't bet against any of them playing in the Football League next season.
So, Steve, will it suit Exeter City to perhaps start this game as slight underdogs?
Well, I think form goes out the window, really. I think Torquay are the favourites. They've been up there all season. They've had a really good season. The last 4 or 5 games they've dropped away, but at the end of the day, they've been able to rest a few players. So it's good for both teams, really. Going into the end of season playoffs, I think both teams are going to be on form.
Yeah, Steve says, Lee, form goes out the window, which is probably good news for Torquay because your recent form hasn't been that good, really, has it?
No, as Steve said, we've rested players, and players have come in who haven't played for a while, especially the games like Rushden as well and Cambridge. I mean, we've done well in all the games we've played, obviously apart from the last one on Saturday. But we'll go into the conference full of high spirits and go for it.
Yeah, it must be a difficult balance to strike for the manager, Paul Buckle, about resting players, because everyone talks about this momentum when you hit the playoffs and how important it is to perhaps be on a roll and have a few wins. That's not the case for Torquay. So is that worrying for the players that you suddenly got to recapture your top form when it really matters now tomorrow night?
I just think it's on a level playing field, really. I mean, we've got 2 games now, and the prize is promotion and Wembley as well. Exeter have done really well in recent weeks. They've been on a hell of a run. We've slightly tailed off a little bit, but there's no reason to say, well, we can't hit top gear again tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I bet you can't personally and the team wait to get on with it? Because, you know, it's been an even longer wait for you for these playoffs than it has been for Exeter, really, because you've known you've been there for a while now.
Yeah, I know we've been there for a while, and maybe performances have tailed off a little bit because we knew we've been there for a while. But I mean, a Devon derby for both games as well is going to be a fantastic occasion for both sets of supporters. We're going to the game full of confidence, and hopefully we can get a good result.
And Steve, from Exeter's point of view, I know the fans have been cheering plenty of goals recently. You know, 4 goals in each of your last 2 games. That can't be bad, can it?
I think that's one thing compared to last season. I think last year we were winning games 2-1, 1-0. But this season we've got a good run of form and we seem to be scoring goals. I think a centre half scored over 10, a left winger scored 10, and our forwards have scored goals. So we've got goals on our team this season. So yeah, I think everyone's looking forward to it, and I think we just can't wait for tomorrow's game.
And the thing is that both sets of players know each other so well. You've got players at Torquay, like Lee Phillips, who played at Wembley, Chris Todd last year for Exeter, and I know the players know each other really well, so that's an added dimension to this, isn't it?
Yeah, I think straight after the game on Saturday, I think the banter started already. I had a few text messages from Lee Phillips saying about getting in the playoffs, so I'm going to meet you. Yeah, it's all good fun. And I think, like Lee said, everyone knows each other. We're both close, talking Exeter players anyway. So yeah, but once the whistle starts on tomorrow night and Monday, the friendship goes out the window. At the end of the day, you want to do well. There's a big league prize at the end of it.
And Lee, I suppose those beeping noises on the phones with text from the Exeter players have been coming through the dressing room, have they?
Well, to be fair, we've been told to not have any contact with them, to be fair.
Right.
But yeah, not to give anything away, to be fair. But I mean, you can't help it. I mean, both sets of players get on really well. You know, as I said, like there's strong links between the two sides. So hopefully, come tomorrow night, all friendship will be put aside, and then we go to war.
Of course, for the fans, mostly their support is very polarised, but I know for one man he's got a foot in either camp, because I gather your dad, Steve, is a Torquay fan. You're from Torquay, of course, yourself.
Yeah. I think I remember when I was young, Dad used to always take me to the Torquay games. That's where he was born and bred, but I think he's an adopted Exeter fan now, and yeah, obviously he wants me to do well, and yeah, I just think it's a great occasion for South Devon, really. To have 2 big games, it's going to be a great atmosphere, and obviously 2 pairs a day out at Wembley again.
Yeah, split loyalties for him tomorrow night for that all-important first leg. We'll talk more about that in the second leg later in the programme.